Hello, my name is Luke Van Buskirk, and today we'll be talking about my final FYI presentation. So go ahead, get comfy, grab a snack, and let's get into this. Okay, so throughout my time here at Colorado Christian University, I've already made so many unforgettable memories. I've established new connections with dozens of incredible people, and I've experienced the stress of studying for anatomy exams. But most importantly, what I've learned is that I found an incredible Christian atmosphere where my relationship with God has been able to flourish. And so during this time and during this FYI class, there have been 5 topics that we've discussed that have really resonated with me that we're about to get into. So, this first topic that I will be discussing today is, for me, was learning how to set healthy personal expectations for myself. And so, really with this one, it's a lot of setting aside what you want to happen, and it's just been, for me, learning how to be realistic with everything that's going on. I know, like, going in, I was thinking that, I'm going to get all my homework done, I'm going to get involved in every single club I can, I'm going to get straight A's in all my classes, going to try to become friends with every person on campus. But sometimes, life just makes you realize that we're only human, and we have personal limitations. And so, for that reason, you just have to realize that you're not going to be able to do everything, and you're just going to have to know your limits. So that's something that I'm still working on to this day, but FYI has helped open up my perspective more for that. Anyway, the second topic that we'll be going into ties into that of physical wellness, in particular of trying to reduce stress and anxiety. So this is one that I experienced quite a bit of. There are a lot of couple moments that were just really difficult for me, but and it was just a really hard challenge to overcome, especially during this transition to college, because there's just so many things to worry about. Like, am I gonna like my roommates? What am I gonna do when I ran into new people that I've never met? Just learning how to talk to new people in general, that was a real stress inducer for me for the first couple weeks of school. And even that, I had the fear of being not accepted by people, which right now, obviously, that I was worrying for nothing. There's that. But then a big one, as of recently, that I've still been struggling with was the stress of not being good enough, in particular, like for nursing, because I know that this is what I want to go into, and I feel like this is God's calling for my life. But anatomy in particular has just been kicking my butt, and it's caused me a lot of nights of fear and anxiety, thinking, what if I'm not good enough, or what if this isn't what God actually wanted me to do? And it's been hard, but whether or not we're trying to meet the deadlines for assignments, or just overcoming all these pressures, this stress is just going to always be a constant obstacle in our lives, and learning how to overcome it is what's going to really help us all out in the long run, and that's what I've been working on. And one of these ways in particular that's really helped me was getting involved in the community. And so there were 4 things in particular that I've written down that I was involved in. And so the first of these was moonlight volleyball. I had never considered myself someone that enjoyed volleyball. I'm very bad at it. And on August 22nd, I decided, you know what, why not? Let's do this. What could go wrong? And it was so much fun. I do have no regrets doing it. It was triple. I wasn't good, but I have no regrets, and now I know how to actually serve a volleyball. But the second activity that I was involved in was Trash Club. It was on August 25th of this year. And basically how I got into that was someone just knocked on our door and said, "Hey, you want to do Trash Club?" I was like, "Sure." I'd had no expectations, but turns out it's basically like a mini choir where I had to sing for people and then take out their trash. Not expecting it, but it was definitely a good time. The third event that I participated in was King Cougar. I helped out a buddy with his presentation because he was a nominee, and we recorded a video and spent weeks practicing a little performance, and it was a lot of fun, and I think it turned out well. But this fourth event that I got involved in was big, and this ties into my third point, evangelism. So I participated in Sojourners, which took place on August 27th. There are other times I participated as well, but this date is the big one. And so during this event, we went out, me and a couple of my buddies showed up, and then they took us out into the streets of downtown Denver. And from there, we basically just went up to a bunch of homeless people and just started talking to them, asking them if they wanted food, and then after that we would just talk to them about Jesus. And this was such an incredible experience for me. Like, you never realize how broken this world is until you go into a place like this and see so many homeless and so many hurting people out there. And just being out there and like having the opportunity to share Jesus with them was one of the most incredible experiences that I've ever had. And it was awesome. There were a couple great moments, there were a couple not so great moments, but overall it was, I sound like a broken record at this point, but it was so impactful, and I have no regrets. This definitely helped a lot, realizing that people have it so much worse. Meanwhile, I'm just out here stressing about my own problems, which is why we always just have to realize that God's got us through it all. Gotta hang in there. And so, the fourth topic that was very impactful for me was receiving feedback. We all love having positive feedback from people, of course, but then there's always the instances of negative feedback. Nobody wants to receive that. It's really hard to experience it because everyone wants to do their best. But, I realized that sometimes you just have to accept feedback, whether it's good or bad, and what you do with that feedback is what really builds character. And if you can use negative feedback from others to improve yourself, then through it all, it's worth it. So the final topic that I want to talk about is the gift of pain. So this was an eye-opening experience for me. I went in with no expectations and just didn't expect to get much out of it. But through it, I learned so much about the medical field and people in general. And Dr. Brand's work really inspired me because he has some great traits such as perseverance. He never was afraid to tackle a challenge, and I really admired that. And not only that, but he always had a great attitude through it all. So that was really cool. And I have no regrets, and I'm eager to continue on to this nursing journey. And with that, I think that is all I've got for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and with that, have a nice day. Peace.